So here's the thing. I've got to admit, I'm really passionate about this surfing thing. And I don't know about you, but when I'm passionate about something, I usually go a little bit overboard. I just can't help myself. So let's jump overboard, head first. Let's dive into this vlog and let's get started. Hello guys. Okay, so I've got something really exciting I want to share with you guys. I am building my own log, my own surfboard, and it's something I wanted to do for a really long time, but I just haven't had the nads. I've been kind of putting it off because it's pretty scary stuff. It's not easy to build your own surfboard, and this is the first build for me. And the thing is, I have no idea what I'm doing, but that's how life is for me most of the time. But you know what though? As part of the process, I started off with this idea a couple years ago, that I wanted to build my own surfboard, and so I started off by building my own workshop, and this is what I've done. I've actually built my own workshop, as you can see here, and yeah, it's pretty cool, eh? I have no idea what I'm doing there either. I'm just figuring it out, learning on the fly, and I'm not a carpenter. I don't know what I'm doing, but you know what though? I had a blast building this workshop, and it's pretty good, pretty nice in here. Nice and cozy, and lots of room to build your own surfboard. But I kind of been putting off the build on the surfboard. I've actually built a couple of land yachts, some really long surfboards, to get a feel for like if I like the carving. Even though it was with wood, I get that feeling of carving and shaping something, and I really enjoyed making those. I made 4 land yachts, and they're beautiful boards, a lot of fun to build, and yeah, they're also great to practice cross-stepping on and practice your surfing, your longboard surfing. So very fun experience there. But I've been putting this one off, and the reason I've been putting it off again is because I think this is a really difficult build. But I'm taking my time, and I'm trying to enjoy the process of doing it. And but I'm going to show you something. I'm pretty excited about this. So first of all, let's go to the tail. This is what I call a classic tail. It's a square tail here, and that's going to create a lot of speed and being able to corner on the medium-sized waves. And I'm going to actually put this wood block on the tail. And why? Because I want to have a wood-on-wood finish. And I want this tail to look, like in the 60s, they used to stand the boards up on the tail. And I think they put the wood on the bottom to protect it from getting dinged, right? So, and for me, I think it's the same idea. It's a little bit of protection from getting dinged, but also at the same time, just a really classic vintage look, and I really like that look there. So I'm gonna go wood on wood, and put the tail on there made of wood, and I'm also trying to keep the deck as flat as possible. And this is a hard thing to do because the board itself actually came as a slightly formed, like a massive surfboard, and so shaping it, cutting it out, forming it, but it had a huge rocker in it beforehand. So I've been trying to cut that rocker out and trying to level it out and get it as flat as possible so that it's a real classic nose rider. So other things that we got going on the board here, we got a really deep, long concave that starts around here at the midsection, a little bit beyond the midsection, and goes all the way up to the nose here. And so that's going to create a lot of buoyancy. So when I actually do get out towards the nose, do some cross-stepping, and get out, do some nose rides, hopefully soon, the board will be really buoyant there out in the nose, so it doesn't, the concave, it kind of keeps the water there, so it doesn't get sort of trapped under there, and keeps it a little bit more buoyant. And what else we got going? We got a massively thick board. Like, I've got a really thick board here, and so there's going to be a lot of volume in this. How much? I'm not exactly sure yet, but the thing is, I'm a big guy. I weigh 97 kilos, and I'm 6'3", so I got a lot of weight here, and it's for me, I think volume is my friend. I gotta have a real buoyant board, but at the same time I want to have something that's really kind of agile and easy to move around. So I've got a very flat deck. The reason for that is because the flatter the deck, the more buoyant the board is, so you're able to paddle faster. So that's a really cool feature for me. And some fairly sharp rails on it, just to give it a little bit of, so you can dig into the wave, and you can get the rails into the wave, so you're able to lock the board in the pocket and do some nose riding. So I'm really hoping that this board is going to be as cool to surf as it is to build. But there's a long ways to go yet. And this is not a vlog that's going to be teaching you guys how to build your own surfboard. This is a vlog that hopefully inspires you to do things that you may not think that you're capable of doing, because I have absolutely no ability whatsoever to build my own surfboard. I have no ability to build my own workshop. But it's all about learning on the fly. And I think if you have a why and a what, your how, you'll always figure out that how, no matter what. So it's just a matter of, you know, having the nads to be able to get started on doing something that you've been putting off for a long time, and things that, you know, scare you, fear's natural, right? Like you don't want to screw up, and nobody likes that. But the thing is though, daring to take the steps necessary to get started. I think that's all about just getting started is a massive thing. And for me, getting started on this board, I got it on Wednesday last week. It's already Sunday, and I mean, I've already done a huge amount of work on it, and still a lot of ways to go. But the thing is though, just getting started is one of the first things for me, and then just continuing going. And there's plenty of knowledge out there on the net, on the Google is my friend. I've got YouTube. There's a lot of tutorials that I'm following as I go, and that keeps me inspired to keep going, and it kind of makes me believe that I'm actually capable of creating this board here. So a massive project for me, but I'm having a blast doing it, and hopefully the end result will be a lot of fun to surf as well. Anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I hope you guys are crushing it out there, and we'll see you guys next week. Have a great week. You!